Hello everyone, welcome to Move Medicine. I'm Katie and I'm going to be doing a 30-minute stretching routine today with long holds. So let's get out your mat and let's get started. Starting off at the front of the mat, sweep the arms up and exhale down. Inhale and exhale. It's going back and forth from standing to a forward fold, getting into a rhythm. Exhale, sweeping the arms at the bottom, and inhale those arms back up. Just repeating this motion. And getting the legs and the arms warm. Moving into the next pose, step it back into a high lunge with the back heel off the floor and sweep the arms up. Inhale and exhale. Just really focusing on your breathing. Going as low as you can in the lunge. We're just getting started, so don't push yourself too far. And making sure your knee doesn't go past your toes. Tuck your tailbone. And really activate through the legs. And feel your feet pressing into the ground. And we're going to be coming into a humble warrior, so plant that back heel on the floor and clasp the hands behind you, rolling the shoulders back, and then exhale forward. And let the shoulder come right next to that leg, or come as far as you can, with that front leg still bent, so we're staying in that lunge. In this position, our left hip likes to pop out, so make sure it's not doing that. And just inhale and exhale, focusing on that breathing. This can be a pretty intense stretch. And we're going to be doing a flow back and forth. So come into that back bend and come back forward into that humble warrior. Back and forth, lifting the head up and then coming back down. Inhale and exhale. Just getting into this rhythm again. Just letting the hip and the shoulders open just a little bit more. Building a lot of heat. And don't forget about your breath. We're going to come into a peaceful warrior. So plant that back foot parallel to the back of the mat and sweep that front arm up and over, opening up that hip just a little bit as you do so, and planting the back arm on your leg. And if it feels good, you can straighten that front leg into kind of a triangle variation. If that front leg is a little worn out, which is understandable. And sweeping that top arm down, transition into warrior 2 for a second, and then we're going to come into a side angle pose, resting that arm on your front knee, and then sweeping the right arm up and over next to your ear, forming a straight line from your fingertips all the way to your toes. We're going to be doing another flow, sweeping that arm once again back into peaceful warrior and then forward into the side angle. Inhale and exhale, back and forth. And staying with your breath, setting your own pace. Go as low as you can. That front knee is probably a little worn out. We're about to give it a little break. All right, now straightening both legs, we're gonna plant the hands on the hips and come into a forward fold, a straddled forward fold. Inhale the head up for a second and exhale back down. And point the toes inward just a little bit. And stay with your steady breath here. Sucking in the stomach. Inhale back up. And we're going to switch to the other side and repeat everything. Inhale into a high lunge, tucking the tailbone, really lifting up through the crown of the head, and really grounding into the floor with your feet. If you're having trouble balancing, you might need to bring your feet a little bit more hip width apart. Just continue to breathe. Bringing the hands down behind your back, clasp the hands, inhale, and then exhale down into your humble warrior. Trying to bring that shoulder to the side of the knee, but go only as far as you can. This is an intense stretch. Just do your best. Deep, steady breathing. And again, that right hip might want to pop out. Just make sure you keep that hip square. And then inhale back up into that back bend, and then exhale back into humble warrior. Inhale up and exhale down. Just getting into your flow. Go at your own pace. There's no rush. Exhale and inhale. All right, maybe adjusting your feet. Inhale that arm up and then extend the front leg if you need a little bit of a break. And don't forget about your breathing here. And again, sweeping forward on this side, coming into a side angle pose, stretching that top arm up and over, right next to your ear. You can bring that fingertips down to the floor if you're able to. If not, just keep your elbow on your knee. Inhale and exhale. Don't forget to roll that top shoulder up and back. Now we're going to come into that flow again where we do peaceful warrior and then sweep it forward into side angle. Inhale and exhale. Inhale, exhale. We're going to come into a deep side lunge on the right. So bending that right knee, we're going to come into Skandasana, placing the fingertips on the floor and flex the left foot. Feeling this all in the extended leg. Then inhale and exhale to the other side, bending deep into that left leg. Then flex that right foot, going only as deep as you can. This is another pretty intense stretch, so take your time. Inhale and exhale. Now come to a lunge for a second on your left and then step it back into a downward facing dog. We're going to just come into a little breather here. Roll the shoulders up and back and just let the head hang. Bring the feet as close or as far away as you need to. And if your feet don't touch the floor, if your heels don't touch the floor, then that's perfectly fine. Spread the fingers. And just exhale deeper into this pose. And then coming forward, down into a cobra pose for a second and back into downward facing dog. We're going to come into another flow. Inhale, rolling over the toes. And exhale. Inhale the chest up, maybe lift your head and exhale back down. Inhale and exhale. And stay in Cobra for just a little bit longer, staying with your breath. Maybe look over one shoulder and switch to the other side. We're going to hold in Cobra here. Just breathe in and out. Then we're going to come to our hands and knees. And lifting the left arm up to the ceiling, sweep it underneath you and rest the shoulder on the floor. Now you can stay on the fingertips with the right arm, or you can lift that arm up and behind your back to get a better stretch. Just breathe deeply, making sure that your hips stay square to the floor, and just enjoy the pose. Now coming back to all fours, lift that left arm one more time up in the air, and then switch sides to the right arm, and then sweep that underneath you, resting on that shoulder, and repeating this on the other side. And coming back up to all fours, sweep that right arm up for a second and bring it back down. Coming to your elbows on the floor, straighten the legs into a dolphin pose. Now you can keep the forearms unclasped, or you can clasp the fingers together, just letting the forehead rest on the floor. Just letting go in the back legs. And then coming forward into an elbow plank. Tuck in your stomach. Trying to stay in a straight line. Staying on your toes. Inhale and exhale. You're almost done with this one. And then coming back up to your hands and knees for a second. Come back into downward facing dog. We're going to lift the left leg up into a three-legged dog, bending that top knee, getting into the hip by keeping your shoulders square to the floor. Adjust as you need to. And just breathing deeply. And then looking at your hands, step that left foot to the side, right next to your left hand. And then open that leg to where you're rested on the very edge of your foot on the outside. And press that knee away from you, placing the left hand on your left knee. Getting a good stretch in the inner thigh. And placing your hands on the floor, tuck that knee in and coming into a pigeon pose. Just tuck it right underneath you and straighten that back leg, pointing the toe. I like to lift up for a second and pushing away from the floor, and then you can fold forward over that knee. Breathing deeply here again. You always want to keep your breath going throughout the whole flow. Helps you go deeper into the stretches and helps you kind of relax if you focus on your breath. And now we're going to switch to the other side, starting with that three-legged dog on the other leg. And exhale deeper into this pose, adjusting as you need to. Inhale and exhale. And looking forward again, we're going to come and place that right foot on the edge of the mat right beside your right hand. And just let that foot fall to the side on the edge and pressing that knee away. Inhale and exhale. And once again, on this side, tucking that knee underneath of you, straightening the back leg, pressing up for a second, and then folding forward into this pose. Just coming to the elbows and letting the head hang. And slowly lift up, and we're going to swing the legs in front of you. Straighten them out and flex the feet and come into a forward fold, walking down with your fingertips. Now this is a stretch in the hips, a bend in the hips, not in the upper back. You might be able to grab the toes if you can reach them. You can grab the big toes, or you can just grab all the toes. And let the head hang if that's comfortable. But try not to bend in that upper back. Inhale back up. crossing the right foot over the left knee. Swing the left arm up and over to the side of the right knee and exhale into this twist. And switching sides, bring the left foot up and over, and then reach that right arm up to the ceiling, and then cross it over the left knee. And with every exhale, try to go a little bit deeper into the twist. Inhale and exhale. With every breath, try to use that to your advantage. And slowly making our way down to the floor with the knees bent, lift the hips up. You can either stay with the hands beside you or you can clasp the hands behind your back. Really press into the ground with your feet, lifting the hips, softening through the glutes, and keeping with the breath. And then slowly roll your spine back down to the floor, lifting the right leg, straighten it up above you, maybe point or flex the toe, keeping that left leg bent. You can either grab the big toe or you can just let that leg fall to the side, kind of supporting it with your right hand and letting your left knee fall to the other side. So you're getting a great stretch in the groin area. Inhale back up and exhale, switching sides. Straightening that left leg again, just like the right. And either grabbing a hold of the toe or just letting that leg fall to the side and just coming to the very edge of the right foot and letting that knee fall to the side also. And slowly roll yourself up to a seated position, coming to the center of the mat and sweeping that right leg to the side and bending that left leg in. Sweep the left arm up and over, getting a good stretch in the side body. Exhale into this. With every breath going a little deeper. And inhale back up and switching sides. And sweeping that right arm up and over, getting a big stretch through the side. Inhale and exhale. And coming back up, we're going to bring both feet to the center into a butterfly pose. You can grab onto the feet and bring them as close to your body as you can. And then exhale forward. Again, this is a bend in the hips. So trying not to bend that upper back too far. I like to keep my head up until I know I'm in a good spot, and then I just let it fall forward. Try to let the knees fall. Inhale and exhale. And then place the hands behind you and pivot to the side of the mat. And then place that right ankle on top of the left knee, keeping the torso up in a seated position, using your hands to support you. Just letting that hip open up more and more. And then we're going to tuck that left knee in and just let that right foot fall to the floor. Sweep the left arm up and over and do a twist. Exhaling into this twist. And we're going to switch sides, placing the hands behind you for support. Place that right foot on the floor, bending the knee, and then placing the left ankle on top of that knee. And pressing that top knee away from you, flex the foot. Inhale and exhale. And once again, we're going to tuck that left foot in towards you, letting that left foot fall to the floor. Sweep that right arm up and over, and twist to the side. You might find that you can go deeper with every breath in these twists. Finally, to round off this practice, we're going to make our way to the floor into a Shavasana. So slowly round the spine towards the floor, palms up, feet just flopped out to the side, and just hone in on your breath. Just for a few minutes, just let the muscles go. You're more than welcome to stay here as long as you need to, but if you have to go, tuck the knees in and pull them towards you. And then let them fall to the side into a fetal position and slowly bring yourself up to seated. And cross the legs. And take another deep breath in and exhale back out. I hope you guys enjoyed this. Please let me know what you would like to see in the future, and I hope you have a wonderful day.